Narcissist family systems are so difficult to be born into and to survive. They become very dysfunctional. You don't have a sense of your own power, and you don't have the ability to make your own decisions without it costing you something. Narcissist family systems can really disrupt the next generations because anyone born into that family lineage is under the control of whoever is controlling that narcissist family system, the matriarch or the patriarch. In order to stay in a narcissist family system, you have to stay in alignment with what the matriarch or patriarch of that system allows for. You're never allowed to speak your truth or share the secrets that you know. Only the matriarch or patriarch is allowed to use secrets against people, to cause people to turn their backs on one another, to cause people to play games with one another. All the source of validation has to come from the narcissist that's in control of the family system. Narcissists have an inverted sense of power. They have an inability to derive their own power from their self in healthy, functional behaviors. Instead, they like to threaten, intimidate, and feel like they're dominating others to feel their sense of power. Not all narcissists will do this in a violent way. Some of them will operate in a passive-aggressive way, in which they will use leverage tactics to manipulate other people to work against you, or circumstances to work against you, and hurt you and undermine your best interests. Some families have multiple narcissists that form inside of them, especially families that come from trauma patterns. Certain individuals that are raised in families like this will become the fighter. They'll become the dominators. Other people who are raised in this can become vulnerable to being dominated because they don't know how to advocate for themselves and they don't know how to break away from the narcissist family cult or system. Others will become passive, neutral. They'll watch everything happen, but they'll want to stay out of it for their own protection. They like to stay neutral because neutrality gives them an opportunity to stay in good company with everyone. And they are very good at denying what's happening in reality around them. They believe that whatever's happened is temporary and is not their business. Even though staying neutral can betray people, because when you need protection, when you need someone to back you up and to really validate what your truth is, that person won't be there to help validate you. That individual who stays neutral in a narcissist family system actually allows more harm to be created by the matriarch or patriarch, who's the narcissist of the family. And then there are other members in the narcissist family system who we'll call the flying monkeys. Those are the individuals that will do the bidding for the narcissist in order to gain validation and benefits from them. So they are the ones that are very similar to the narcissist because they don't have their own ability to drive their own power. They will do whatever it takes to get that pat on the head and that reward from the narcissist. Families who get sick together stay sick together, and a narcissist family system is much like that. When you examine the family tree of a narcissist family system or cult, if the family members who don't have their sense of power intact and aren't red flagging, hey, this matriarch or patriarch isn't doing right by us, then we should go on our own way. They can't look at it honestly and say, I don't want to live like this. This is how we were taught to live, but this is not what I believe is healthy for a good way of living. So they will stay with the narcissist family system. When you live in a narcissist family system, you do not want to stand apart. You want to be seen as similar because similarity will not put you in hot water. But if you stand apart, if you're trying to do better things with your life, if you are not repeating trauma, if you're trying to make more healthy choices, then the narcissist is going to feel very threatened by that. They're going to feel that you're challenging their way, and they don't want anybody else to see that because that might make other people say, hey, you're right. This narcissist that we have in our family didn't do right by us. Maybe it's better for us to change. And then the narcissists fear that they will be left out. So they work in all of their influence and manipulation power to keep people under their control, under their influence. Some have great status and power, so it's easy for them to maintain because they might have wealth, they might have community power. But there are other dysfunctional homes that don't bear good fruit, don't have status, don't have money, don't have wealth. All they have is social credit with one another. They have the family keeping the family's secrets. And even though it's dysfunctional, and even though it's very impoverished, they will keep it going because that's all that they've ever known and that's all they have. And they don't know how to live outside of the narcissist family system. The narcissist preys upon that. The narcissist knows that they have weakened the people around them. They've manipulated them to become exactly what they wanted them to become so that they could never go outside of the boundaries of the narcissist's power. Some narcissists work covertly. Covert narcissists are different. They're a little bit better at hiding the fact that they have their children under their power. But what you'll see is that the children yearn for validation from the parent. And in order to get that validation, they have been programmed to do certain things that will please that covert narcissist. Regardless of what type of narcissist you have in your family, they all operate the same. They seek to be the one with ultimate control over someone's life. They want to be the one that you come to with your problems, with your dreams, with your questions, with everything. They don't want you making your own decisions. They want to be in charge of those choices, and they want to make sure that you look up to them and that they never feel threatened by you creating something outside of their power.